Birthday Cake. Chapter 1. Alice had a wonderful dream. It was her 13th birthday. Her mother had baked her a cake with pink frosting. Her father was handing her a brightly wrapped box with a beautiful brown. Alice woke up just as she was unwrapping the present. She snapped her eyes shut, hoping to slip back into the lovely dream, but it was too late. She could hear her mom getting ready for work. Alice glanced at the clock on the table next to her bed. It was time for her to get up too. Alice's mom remained dark as she dressed because heavy blackout curtains stole out the golden sunshine. The country was deep in World War II, and people were afraid that enemies' planes would be lights from the city, and now there were drops to the bombs. Every night, outdoor lights were turned off and indoor lights were hidden. A wonder patrolled Alice's neighborhood each night. He made sure not even a silver of light groaned around the edge of drawn blackout curtains. Alice looked forward to pushing aside her blackout curtains each morning to let sunlight flood her room. This morning, Alice felt cheerful. She might play in the park after school with her friends, but first she had to walk her little Robert, get him dressed, give him breakfast, and walk him to school. Alice's mom had already left for work by the time Alice and Robert walked into the kitchen. After Alice's father had been shipped out to fight the war of error, Alice's mother took a job working at a factory that made parts for ships. Like many women, she held a job once done by a man who had been shipped out like Alice's father. America needed new ships to win the war, and it was up to the women to work 8 to 12 hours, 6 or 7 days a week to keep the factories running. Alice was proud of the recipe her parents made for the war, but she missed having breakfast with her mother. She missed her father too. "You look sad," said Robert. He had a mouthful of cereal and milk dripping from his chin. "What's wrong?" "Nothing." Alice lied as she wiped her brother's face with a napkin. Robert was right. Alice was feeling sad. Her 13th birthday was tomorrow. In the past, Alice looked forward to her birthday, but this year was different. Her father usually would wake her up by belting out the song "Happy Birthday to You." It always made her laugh. "I look 13, Alice said to herself as she helped Robert tie his shoes. Chapter 2. Since Alice's mom worked long hours at the factory, Alice did more chores around the house. Most days, Alice did not mind the extra effort. She felt good being able to help out. Today, the one chore she had to do was shopping. Make Alice want to groan with the effort it would take. Alice was not in the mood to travel from store to store to find all the items on the shopping list. Her mother had left along with money and the written book. Each family had a written book which stands for certain kinds of food because the government rationed food to make sure there was enough for everyone when supplies were limited. Store rents out of the most were limited. Stores ran out of the most popular instances such as coffee, cans, goods. Alice had to match the right stamp from her ration book with the book on her mother's list. Shopping would take a long time. Alice saw milk on the list and was not looking forward to another marathon shopping trip. Milk would be difficult to find. Once there was no milk, so they had to eat their cereal with water instead. Alice washed the dishes before she and Robert left for school. Tomorrow was Alice's birthday, but she knew there wasn't going to be a party. Alice saw there were no ration stamps left for sugar, butter, or eggs. Her mother couldn't bake a cake with just flour. Alice and Robert walked to school in silence. Right after school, Alice go to the grocery shopping. She waited by her friends as she grabbed Robert's hand. Her friends had been whispering and quickly stopped when they saw Alice. Alice wondered if they were talking about her. She hadn't told them it would be her birthday tomorrow. What was their use? No cake, no party, so no reason to tell her friends. Alice wondered if what they were whispering about, maybe they knew it was her birthday, and they were mad they hadn't been invited to a party. Alice walked to Main Street, her mood darker than the blackout curtains in her room. It took 3 stores before she found everything on the list. Robert had been quiet. He didn't even complain that stores did not have his favorite canary cheese. She was thankful. On the walk home, Alice and Robert passed as the elderly couple sitting on their front porch. I saw a blue star in the window. A blue star meant that a man from that family was a soldier away that war. A golden star meant that soldier has been killed. Alice and Robert passed many blue stars. Alice thought of the blue star in the window at home and wished that her father was home safe. Chapter 3. Alice's mom was always tired when she got home from work in the evening. Alice tried to have dinner ready so her mom could enjoy a bite before they sat down together to eat. At dinner, Robert told them about he and his friends had won the scrap raft. They had collected more bits of metal and tin for than other team. The metal was used to make mattresses for the war effort. After dinner, Robert played with his toys. Soldiers at they listened to the radio. hoping for good news about the war. "When is father coming home?" Robert asked. "Soon, dear," her mother in a soft voice. Alice knew that her mother missed the father as much as she did. Alice would not complain about her day to her mother. She knew about her day. She knew birthdays were small when compared to having the war abroad, but Alice, afraid her disappointment would show, went to bed early. Upstairs, she cried herself to sleep. Chapter 4. To Alice's surprise, she woke the next morning to the sound of singing. Her mother and brother were standing next to her bed, belling out "Happy birthday to you" in their loudest voice, just as the father would have. At first, Alice thought she was dreaming, but it was really happening. "You didn't forget," Alice said happily, sitting up in bed. "Of course not," said Mother. She gave Alice in a big birthday hug. It was Saturday. Alice's mom did not have to work this weekend, so they all ate cereal together. Alice was much happier that day. Was her 13th birthday. Her black-out curtain no longer perfect her mood. At breakfast, Martha gave Alice some money so she and Robert could go at their birthday. Alice's mom said, "Have fun." Alice and Robert walked to the movie theater. Alice would rather have a party, but she was happy. Her mom and brother remembered she returned 13 today. Alice looked for friends in the lines of people, but they were not there. "That's strange," she said to herself. Usually her friends went to the movies on Saturdays. Alice wondered if they'd have fun without her. If only I having a birthday party, she thought sadly. She bought 2 tickets and let her brother inside. As they left the movie theater, Robert said, "Hurry, let's run home." The bright sun hurt Alice's eyes after being so long in the dark theater. "What's the big rush?" said Alice. She had enjoyed the movie, but she still felt disappointed that she wasn't going to have a party. Alice knew they did not have the ration stamps for cake, but the party would have been nice. Alice thought about looking for her friends, but then she wondered if they still were friends after all. Robert had started running home already, so Alice started off to catch him. Once home, Robert had left the front door hanging open. Alice walked in and closed up the door behind her. The house was strangely silent. Where was Robert? Where was her mother? Alice felt scared. The door going dining room was closed. Alice started to push it open. "Hello, is anybody there?" she called out in a serious voice. "Surprise!" Alice looked her blink eyes as if what she saw would disappear. All her friends were standing around the dining table. On the table was a big cake with pink frosting. Alice's friends sang "Happy birthday to you." But how? "I didn't think," Alice would boldly speak. She was so happy. "I saved out ration stamps so I could buy enough butter, eggs, and sugar for your cake, explained Alice's mother. Your friends' families helped too. We thought you might have guessed that all the whispering was about, said Alice. Friends are presents. We were talking about wisdom we need for your cake. Alice saw a letter next to a cake. What's this? She asked her mother. Read it, her mom suggested. Alice read the letter. It was a birthday card from her father. He was safe. Alice was wrong when she thought that turning 13 was unlucky. She felt awful for thinking everyone had forgotten about her. All the friends and family loved her very much and had made turning 13 truly special. This is the end of the story. Goodbye.